Welcome back to the lab, everyone. Today we're looking at the bones of the thorax and the vertebral column. Okay, let's go over some parts of the sternum and the ribs. So this part right here is the sternum, and the sternum is made up of three sections. Here we have the manubrium, the body, and the xiphoid process. And the way that I like to teach students to remember this is that if we imagine this as an upside down sword, we would grab the manubrium with our manus. Remember, a manus is the anatomical term for our hand. So we grab the manubrium with our manus. Then the blade of the sword is the body of the sternum. So B for blade, B for body. And then the tip of the sword is going to be that xiphoid process. So make sure when you guys are studying the sternum, you know those three specific sections. Let's now talk about the ribs. We have 12 pairs of ribs. The first 7 pairs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those are our vertebrosternal ribs or true ribs. The name tells us a lot about how it's connected to the body. So the vertebrosternal means it comes from a vertebra and then goes to the sternum directly. Then we have pairs 8, 9, and 10. Those are the false ribs or vertebrocostal because they're going to connect from the vertebra to the costal cartilage. So again, rib pairs 1 through 7, true ribs or vertebrosternal. 8, 9, and 10 will be vertebrocostal or false ribs. And then finally, we have these two small pair right here, rib pairs 11 and 12. Those are referred to as the floating ribs or just the vertebral ribs. So sometimes, I hear them referred to as false ribs as well, but I think that's kind of confusing to have, these be the false ribs and then these be the false ribs as well. So do yourself a favor, just remember these as the floating ribs. They kind of look like they're just floating there. And then again, the name vertebral lets you know that they just connect to the vertebra. So hopefully that gives you an overview of the ribs. Make sure you know the names and make sure you know the distribution of ribs to each of those names. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you don't miss any new content I release. And as always, check out my Instagram page @TheAnatomyGal for nerdy goodness. I'll see you next time.